Hey YouTube, my name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka because Snatch One, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title of the thumbnail in the video, this is my WWE NXT review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please subscribe to my channel for my wrestling content that I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 11K before the end of May. Follow all my social media down below in the description, and go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights that I did on the channel yesterday. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for coming out to my live stream today when I was playing Mortal Kombat live on Twitch. I really appreciate that. It was some good vibes. Follow me on Twitch at Big Boy Snatch on TTV. That's my Twitch name. I have my Twitch link down below in the description. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Now, WWE NXT was a good show for what it was, and I give it a 7 out of 10, even though it don't feel the same anymore. Because Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, Soruka, Jesse Jane, and Oba Femi just got caught up to the main roster. But it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get started. It says, welcome to wrestling results for WWE NXT April 28, 2026, coming to you live from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Coming off a successful defense against Dion Lennox of Dark State last week, 2 of the 2-week NXT Revenge television special last Tuesday, Miles Warren will be putting his North American Championship on the line against tonight as he defends against Dion Lennox stablemate Shaquan Sugars. Tensions between Dion Lennox and Shaquan Sugars have been on the rise as the latter has voiced feelings like the former is more focused on his own career rather than Dark State. Miles Warren sent Shaquan Sugars and Dion Lennox crashing into one another in the closing moments of his title defense last Tuesday. Tony D'Angelo retained his NXT Championship against now Raw star Ethan Page at Week 1 of NXT Revenge on April 14th, having previously dethroned fellow Raw star Joe Hendry in a fatal 4-way match at NXT Standard Delivery on April 4th that also involved Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. Following such, Tony D'Angelo will be marking an appearance on tonight's show as some light looks to be shed on who his next challenger will be. And I'm just going to say this before I continue. Jada Parker should have been called up to the main roster. And I'm glad that I said it on my video, that Jada Parker should have been called up to the main roster. But anyway, let me continue. Speaking of Ricky Saints, he will be competing in a match of his own as he collides with Shallow Hill on what will mark the first televised singles match between the pair, while Ricky Saints look to add the information Ethan Page in his NXT Championship match against the information Tony D'Angelo at Week 1 of NXT Revenge. Shallow Hill ensures Ricky Saints was unable to do so by using the ropes by holding under the ring to trip Ricky Saints. NXT's Heritage Cup champion Channing Stacks, Lorenzo, and Euro Collins of Birthright will be joining forces with one another to take on EK Prosper and Dorian Van Duck. Although EK Prosper may have bested Van Duck in his first round match for the WWE Speed Champion #1 Contenders Tournament at Week 1 of Revenge. Stacks and Connor's stablemate Ariana Grace helped Dion Lexis King to defeat EK Prosper in the finals and said tournament to become the new WWE Speed Champion at Week 2 of NXT Revenge. Additionally, Lizzie Rain, formerly Lizzie Rain, Lara Corson will be making her debut on NXT television against an opponent who has yet to be named. We're live. The show kicks off with a video recapping some of the events of Week 1 and Week 2 of the NXT Revenge special. We then head over to a video of a meeting between Robert Stone, Shawn Michaels, and Matt Bloom from earlier today, who came to an agreement that it's time to bring in some new breakout stars to NXT from WWE Evolve. WWE, LFG, and talent from around the world like GCW. Vic Joseph and Booker T then greet audience at home as Darkseid makes his way to the ring. Miles Bourne follows. So we get the first match: Miles Bourne versus Shaquan Sugars, accompanied by Darkseid for the NXT North American Championship. And this match right here, I might as well say this was a pretty good match. That's all I gotta say. Pretty good match, but not bad. The bell rings and Miles Bourne sends Shaquan Sugars crashing into the corner. He fires off uppercuts on him, then follows it up with a gut wrench, T-bone suplex, and a scoop power slam. Shaquan Sugars rolls out of the ring before Miles Bourne can pin him and regroup with Oris Griffin on the outside, but Miles Bourne flies over the top rope to level both men on the outside. Miles Bourne dumps Shaquan Sugars back in the ring, but Cutler James pulls him back out when he looks to follow. Miles Bourne fends off Cutler James and delivers an atomic drop to Shaquan Sugars, but Shaquan Sugars tangles up Miles Bourne on the top rope and sends him crashing into the exposed portion of the turnbuckle. Shaquan Sugars lands a knee on Miles Bourne's throat and continues to wear him down during the commercial break. He catapults Miles Bourne into the bottom rope and pins him, but Miles Bourne kicks out, and Shaquan Sugars wears down Miles Bourne with a submission hold. He connects with a knee to Miles Bourne's spine back from the break and follows it up with a leg drop. Then sits Miles Bourne on the top rope and lands a knee on his spine. Shaquan Sugars looks to deliver a superplex to Miles Bourne off the top rope, but Miles Bourne counters into a crossbody and goes for a pin. Shaquan Sugars kicks out before himself, and Miles Bourne takes turns pinning one another, and Miles Bourne sends Shaquan Sugars crashing off the top rope with a drop kick. Miles Bourne levels Shaquan Sugars with a pair of clotheslines and a suplex, but Dion Lennox hops on the apron to momentarily distract the referee. This opens the door to Shaquan Sugars to deliver a Northern Lights suplex and a drop kick to Miles Bourne that sends him crashing off the ring apron. Oris Griffin and James Cutler distracts the referee as Dion Lennox lands Shaquan Sugars a chair. As Dion Lennox and Shaquan Sugars argue, Miles Bourne sends Shaquan Sugars crashing into Dion Lennox with both Darkseid members are sent crashing into the ring steps. Miles Bourne then dumps Shaquan Sugars back in the ring and follows it up with a Miles Bourne again for the win. The winner of the match is still your WWE NXT North American Champion, Miles Bourne. This was a pretty good match. Now here's what got me out of this match. After the match, Tristan Angles appears and introduces himself to both Miles Bourne and the NXT universe. Cam Hendrick blindsides Miles Bourne from behind and lands a wrench on him, standing tall over Miles Bourne. So it was Cam Hendricks. Alright, Tony D'Angelo then makes his way to the ring. We'll hear from Tony D'Angelo next. Tony D'Angelo says the more that NXT changes, the more that it stays the same. He says the only sure thing about NXT is the competitors can't come and go, but he is the consensus, and no one is tough enough to kick him off this mountain, including whatever sent him a box last week. He says he has Canoe Carver side eyeing him, but he's more interested in the box and says he knows it wasn't a gift but a warning. The lights go out and when then they come back on, new music begins to play. Former New Japan Pro Wrestling star Evil makes his way out, handing Tony D'Angelo a shirt of his wrapped in twine. Tavion Heights then sneaks up on Tony D'Angelo and levels him laid out with a belly-to-belly suplex, then says he's coming for everything he deserves. Another blonde man, former known as Will Cross on the independent scene, appearing and delivers a moonsault to Tony D'Angelo off the top rope. So you mean to tell me that Tavion Heights and Will Cross attacked Tony D'Angelo? Man, this a whole. I know there's gonna be a lot of people talking about this. Same Vintage you gonna talk about. It's gonna talk about this. Malink's Mayhem is gonna talk about this. The Holy Podcast is gonna talk about this. The IWC is gonna talk about this. A lot of people from the wrestling community is gonna talk about this, including myself. But anyway, let me continue. Birthright then makes their way to the ring with Lexis King bragging about being the fastest man alive and throws it to a video on the Titantron of Birthright having taken out Dorian Van Dug backstage ahead of their scheduled tag team match. EK Prosper runs out to the ring and Birthright overpowers him until Sean Legacy comes to EK Prosper's aid. So Sean Legacy is back. That was so fast, man. They did that so fast that Sean Legacy was back, man. But yeah, he was injured, but he came back. So it is what it is. And then we get a tag team match. Should we get Birthright accompanied by Lexis King, Charlie Dempsey, and Ariana Grace versus EK Prosper and Sean Legacy. And I might as well say this tag team match, it was just decent tag team match. But the TNA Knockouts champion Ariana Grace looks terrible with that TNA Knockouts champion. I hope Ariana Grace will drop the TNA Knockout championship to somebody else. It's either Mickie James or either or. But anyway, decent tag team match. Sean Legacy and Channing Stacks Lorenzo begin the action. The bell rings and Euro counters tag in. Sean Legacy delivers a suplex to counters and fires off chops on his chest in the corner. But EK Prosper tags in and counters dumps him onto the ring apron over the top rope. Connors flies through the middle rope to level EK Prosper, but Connors and Stacks takes out EK Prosper and Sean Legacy on the outside. Stacks levels EK Prosper inside the ring and pins him. During the commercial break, EK Prosper kicks out. Connors tags in and fires off chops on EK Prosper in the corner, but Sean Legacy tag in takes the fight to Birthright. Connors overpower him, but EK Prosper tags in back from the break and rocks Sean Legacy with the insecurity. EK Prosper delivers a drop kick to Connors and one to Stacks in the corner. Then lands a double springboard moonsault on Birthright members. He follows it up with a Mochoku driver to Stacks and pins him, but Stacks kicks out. Sean Legacy tags in and EK Prosper delivers a moonsault to Stacks off the top rope. Sean Legacy connects with a fireman carry twisted neckbreaker combination for the win. The winner of the match, EK Prosper and Sean Legacy. This was a decent tag team match, but I hope Ariana Grace will drop the TNA Knockouts champion. And that's all I gotta say. After the match, Birthright beat down EK Prosper and Sean Legacy. Lexis King fires off right hands on EK Prosper, but Evolved star Tate Wilder runs out to the ring and help even the odds. We then head backstage and see Jada Parker get into a verbal confrontation with Kylie Armstrong in the women's locker room. But like I said, Jada Parker should have been called up to the main roster. She should have been on SmackDown. So it is what it is. Back at ringside, Lola Vice makes her way out. We hear from Lola Vice. Lola Vice wastes no time calling out Easy Dame and says Easy Dame thinks she had her moment. Last Tuesday at week 2 of Revenge, she says she feels sorry for Easy Dame because she can't do anything on her own. Then dares her to get in the ring and falls and tells her to show her what she is. Sean Spears appears on the Titantron, then says Lola Vice has to stay one step ahead to hold onto the NXT Women's Championship. Easy Dame and Nico Vance appear behind Lola Vice, but Lola Vice turns to face them. Mr. Iguana sneaks up behind Easy Dame and land Nico Vance, taking them both out with Lola Vice and standing tall in the ring. I don't know what Mr. Iguana was doing, but he was on AAA Wrestling, but I don't know, Mr. Iguana showed up. We then head backstage where Shaquan Sugars and Deion Leonard argue with one another. Cutler James tells them both to be quiet, and Oris Griffin tells them to get it together. Color James and Otis Griffin then promised to go get the NXT Tag Team Champions. Lizzie Rain then makes her way to the ring. Nikia Lyons follows. So we get Lizzie Rain versus Nikia Lyons. Everybody loves Lizzie Rain. But this match right here, I ain't gonna lie, this was a squash match. The bell rings and the two lock up. Nikia Lyons delivers a knee to Lizzie Rain midsection and levels her, but Lizzie Rain keeps up and lands a back elbow on Nikia Lyons in the corner. Nikia Lyons sends Lizzie Rain crashing into the mat with a tilt-a-whirl slam, but Nikia Lyons levels Lizzie Rain with a spinning kick and rains down strikes on her. She follows it up with a leg drop, but Lizzie Rain levels Nikia Lyons with a spinning kick on her head and follows it up with a pair of clotheslines on her. She then delivers a cutter to Nikia Lyons and fires off chomps on her chest before Nikia Lyons rocks Lizzie Rain with a super kick and a Machoka driver. Nikia Lyons sets up for a Vader bomb on Lizzie Rain, but Lizzie Rain moves out of the way and connects with a thunder struck for the win. The winner of the match, Lizzie Rain. This was a squash match. But congratulations on Lizzie Rain making her NXT debut and got the win over Nikia Lyons. Keilani Jordan then makes her way to the ring. Winston Clare follows. So we get Keilani Jordan versus Winston Clare, accompanied by Kendall Gray. And this match right here, this was a solid match for what it was. The bell rings. Keilani Jordan delivers a mat return to Winston Clare. Winston Clare pins Keilani Jordan, but Keilani Jordan reverses the fall and Winston Clare kicks out. Winston Clare cinches in a half submission on Keilani Jordan, but Keilani Jordan escapes and the two women take turns tangling up one another in submission holds. Keilani Jordan sends Winston Clare crashing into the mat and pins her, but Winston Clare kicks out and Keilani Jordan jams her boot into Winston Clare into the corner. Winston Clare then delivers a crossbody to Keilani Jordan. Keilani Jordan sends Winston Clare crashing into the corner and catches her with a forearm on her spine. But Winston Clare lands a dropkick on Keilani Jordan on the outside off the ring apron and regroups with Kendall Gray. Winston Clare tangles up Keilani Jordan with an octopus in the middle of the ring during the commercial break and rolls up Keilani Jordan, but Keilani Jordan kicks out and the two women take turns wearing down one another with a series of submission holds. Winston Clare levels Keilani Jordan with a clothesline back from the break, but Keilani Jordan delivers a kick to Winston Clare's knee through the middle rope and follows it up with a cutter on her from the ring apron and over the top rope. Keilani Jordan then looks to land a splash on Winston Clare, but Winston Clare moves out of the way. Keilani Jordan sends Winston Clare crashing into the mat, then follows it up with the split-legged moonsault on Winston Clare for the win. The winner of the match, Keilani Jordan. This was a solid match for what it was. After the match, Winston Clare is held to the back by Kendall Gray, and the referee, as commentary, warns about the condition of Winston Clare's injured left knee. So now that if Winston Clare is injured, she has to relinquish the NXT Women's Speed Championship. So that means she got to vacate it. Then they're going to have another tournament. But let me take a sip of my water. Alright. Charlotte Hill then makes his way to the ring. Ricky Saints follows. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get Ricky Saints versus Charlotte Hill. And this main event right here, I'm also say this was a pretty good match, but thank God that Ricky Saints lost, and Ricky Saints has been called up to the main roster, which is Ricky Saints is going to SmackDown. The bell rings and Charlotte Hill fires off right hands on Ricky Saints. He ducks out of the way of an insecurity. Ricky Saints looks to land on him, but Ricky Saints pulls a dumber supporting a hockey mask, flattering Fennell and James from under the ring. They had been placed there as a distraction by Charlotte Hill. Charlotte Hill takes advantage and flies off the ring steps to level Ricky Saints. During the commercial break, Charlotte Hill delivers a body slam and a leg drop to Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints responds with a kick, with the kick to Charlotte Hill's spine, but Charlotte Hill fires off right hands on Ricky Saints in the corner, and Ricky Saints responds with a tornado DDT to Charlotte Hill. He goes for a pin, but Charlotte Hill kicks out, and Ricky Saints set up for the Revolution DDT on Charlotte Hill back from the break. Charlotte Hill sees Ricky Saints coming and delivers a tilt-a-whirl slam to him, then follows it up with a spinning slam and goes for a pin, but Ricky Saints kicks out. Ricky Saints kicks out. Where is it? So Ricky Saints kicks out. Ricky Saints intercepts Charlotte Hill with a spear and pins him, but Charlotte Hill kicks out and connects with a pop-up forearm on Ricky Saints. He follows it up with a standing flip to Ricky Saints and pins him, but Ricky Saints kicks out. Ricky Saints accidentally hits the referee and joins Charlotte Hill on the rope, then lands a superplex on Charlotte Hill and pins him. Charlotte Hill kicks out, but Ricky Saints walks the top rope as he holds Charlotte Hill's arm and ends up knocking Charlotte Hill's tooth out of his mouth. Charlotte Hill becomes fired up and trips Ricky Saints, but Ricky Saints sends Charlotte Hill crashing into the floor on the outside, face first, and dumps Charlotte Hill back in the ring. Ricky Saints grabs a chair. Ricky Saints grabs a chair from the ringside area, then looks to hit Charlotte Hill with it. The referee looks to grab the chair from Ricky Saints, but Charlotte Hill knocks the chair out of Ricky Saints' hand and sends him crashing into the chair face first with a drop toe hold. He follows it up with the win of the Beast for the win. The winner of the match, Charlotte Hill. This was a solid. I said solid match. Solid main event for what it was. Moments before the show goes off the air, we head backstage where Tony D'Angelo tells Shawn Michaels that Canoe Carvers is right about the Sharks circling him in his NXT Championship match. Shawn Michaels responds by telling him that if he wants the chaos, he can have it, given that he's the NXT champion. And WWE NXT goes off the air. Alright, let me give my very honest opinion what I think about WWE NXT. Now, WWE NXT was a good show, and I had to give it a 7 out of 10, but it don't feel the same anymore. But like I said, Jada Parker should have been called up to the main roster. Now, if Tony D loses NXT Championship, Tony D, Angelo is the next person to get called up to the main roster. So Tony D'Angelo is going to be on Monday Night Raw, and Jada Parker is going to be on SmackDown. But like I said, Saruka, Zaria, Blake Monroe, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, and Jesse Jane has been called up. JC Jane has been called up to the main roster. But I hope they do well on the main roster. But I hope they don't. But I hope people that got called up to the main roster don't be screwed over. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE NXT review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the entire video from all the way from the beginning or towards the end. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. That way you won't miss not a single you won't miss not a single video. I'm going to be having my brand new world premiere for my WWE NXT review on highlights at around 5:00 a.m. But like I said, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your night for watching my WWE NXT review on highlights, man. There was a lot. I know that everybody's from the wrestling community is gonna be talking about this. Malik's Mayhem, shout out to you. Malik's Mayhem is gonna be talking about this. The Holy Podcast is going to be talking about this. St. Vintage, you're going to be talking about this. The IWC is going to be talking about this. I already talked about this. So Showstopper TV is going to be talking about this. So Reeves and the Daniel Channel is going to be talking about this as well. But anyway, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm finna edit this video, and I'm about to set it as world premiere at around 5:00 a.m. Thank you guys so much for coming up to my live stream on Twitch today. I had fun playing Mortal Kombat. Everybody showing love on my Twitch side. Thank you guys so much for coming out to my stream. But like I said, this Thursday on April 30th, I will go live on Twitch for some Invincible versus, so you guys can see some gameplay. And that's all I got to say. We about to have some fun. I hope you guys will come to my stream Thursday and draw some stream streaks. I know that somebody gonna come in here with the with the 15 biddies. Then I know somebody out of nowhere is gonna come. It's gonna come out of nowhere with their 200 biddies, just like Crystal Moon Jams. So yeah, shouts to Crystal Moon Jams for dropping 200 biddies in my stream last week. So yeah, I'm about to go show everybody some love. I'm about to go show everybody some love on everybody's stream on. I'm about to go to Twitch and show everybody some love on Twitch. Then I'm about to show everybody on YouTube that's streaming live on YouTube with some love as well too. But help me get to 1,000 followers over there on Twitch. I need to get to 1,000 followers before the end of May over there on Twitch. So help me out. So help me get to 1,000 followers over there on Twitch as well. And help me get to 11K subscribers over here on YouTube before the end of May. Enough of that. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, man. It's nothing but good vibes here, man. But like I said, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Bullet Squad. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.